Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uestas.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hello and welcome everyone to sunny Florida for the SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series round 15 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Wesley, the best mile and a half in my opinion on the circuit, and we are here tonight in SSRL.
don't know if I'd necessarily call it the best mile and a half on the circuit, but Miami is my favorite track.
What would be better? What would be better than for the mile and a half? If I could pick your brain for just a split second.
Old Atlanta.
Oh, you know what? It's a valid take. I don't think you're right, but I think it's a valid take. And you're right. It is race day. Lockridge Motorsports in the chat. But you know, Wesley, this is a track that is so fun to watch, and it's multi-groove racing. So I think what we need to start off here first is let's get to our keys to the race at a track like this. You know, high line, bottom line, all these lanes, and tell me some keys to the race.
Yeah, you just mentioned it right there. High line versus bottom line. Excuse me. But Miami, it's known for that multiple grooves, and real important is going to be able to ride right up there on the wall, almost like your dirt track with how much you're packing the air. Rim riding it, that high line's going to build the momentum down your stretch, but at the same time, you want to keep the car off the wall. Don't bang into it too much, and the more comfortable you are being right up there next to that wall without touching it, you're going to be a lot faster.
Yeah, you want to be shredding the wall, but there's another thing with shredding the wall. It shreds the tires, Wesley, sometimes, so you can burn up the right rear. So you want to maybe overdrive a little bit. Save the overdriving for later in the run. Don't overdrive the car. Don't drive the wheels off it early. Otherwise, you're going to be falling to the back. Smooth throttle input, smooth steering. And fresh tires tonight are going to be a big game changer. 5-10 laps will be a huge swing, I think, Wesley.
Yeah, and speaking of that tire conservation, we've seen it. We've got some good green flag runs in these trucks before. So if you're able to save tires, guess what? The longer the run goes, the more it's going to help you. Not only that, but you got short pitting. Short pit versus a long pit, or as others like to call it, undercut versus an overcut. You don't know what exactly it's going to be. Typically, if you're in a whole lot of traffic, you're going to try to undercut everybody in that pack to get ahead of them. But there's always that late caution factor. We saw it last week where we had about 20 to go, and that caused a little bit of a change up to where we had some of the guys in the back go in for fresh tires. The rest of everybody stayed up front and just maintained track position. So late caution's always a factor in a race no matter what.
Without a doubt, Wesley, and obviously last week, Lilith Peters picked up the victory at Rockingham at the Rock, and now tonight we have to crown our champion tonight, and well, you can see who's leading the points so far. Didn't race last week. Michael Tucker doesn't look like he's racing this week. Didn't see him unless it's changed. Michael Tucker is still dominantly in the point lead, 170 clear of Blair Holloman, but Blair had a good week last week. Wesley, I mean, he was a great car early.
Yeah, he really did. And like that one incident where I said people coming in late at that late caution and driving up, he was one of those guys, but he was also in the top 10 almost all night. So he's looking for another big points day as our points leader is not here.
Yeah, trying to eat into that point lead. Drew Pohl just consistent in the third spot. James Morris has had a great year as well. Westwood a really good year as well in the top 5 in points. But you know, with all that, let's go. I think me, you, and Kobe should get to our race picks for tonight's race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And I will start off first up here in the booth. It's going to be James Mullins. This is James Mullins type of racetrack. He was good at Las Vegas. He's so good at saving tires in the first place. Then you go to a mile and a half where it seems like everyone else kind of is lacking in that regards compared to the 60 truck. You know, skill is going to be a huge factor, and the pace from that 60 is so good. He is my pick to win, Wesley.
Yeah, and meanwhile, same thing with you. Another guy that's sitting there hunting our points leader, who we just got word of, which I thought it was the case. Tucker above the IR rating cap for the league, so he's not in the trucks anymore. Blair Holloman, I've got that number 32. He's been fast week in, week out, and hopefully can just keep on eating into that lead and take over the points.
Big development there. Kobe, if you want to show us your pick for tonight's race.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, viewers. This week I've gone with none other than Sean Block. Again, no reason, just the crystals and the chakras are pointing me in that direction. So that's my pick for tonight, Sean Block. Make me proud, brother. Over to you guys.
And Sean Block, a pick for Kobe there at Wesley, and he puts up some good performances in that 00 truck, and Man, I am excited. I love this racetrack, Wesley. I know you said, oh wait, Atlanta might be a little better, but Homestead is its own beast. And the race details tonight, obviously, mile-and-a-half racetrack, just over 100 laps. You can go 55 to 60 on the fuel tanks. That's a long time. You can go on the fuel tank here, Wesley.
Yeah, just a little bit. So really only looking for one stop. Granted, 4 sets of tires on pit road. So you can make between all 5 tires. You can go 20 laps before you really have to pit. Well, I don't say have to pit. You can go 20 laps before pitting just to keep all those tires perfectly even across runs. But I expect if we go long green, everybody's going to eke out that fuel mileage.
I think that's 4 tires in sets in total, Wes. I think there's 3 in the pits and 4 counting the set. Yeah, there's 4. There's 1 on the truck, and then there's 3 in the pits. So there's a 1 less tire. So you got to be a little picky and choosy with your tires tonight. You can't just slap them on every 20 laps. I like that, instead everyone's just going to pit and the strategy dies down a little bit. That's a bit nicer in my opinion. And track temps, not very high. I don't know what that is in Celsius, Kobe. If you want to tell me, I have no idea. No, that's perfectly fine. But I think that's chilly. I'm going to guess. I think that's kind of like.
No, that's hot.
That's hot? Okay, well, I'm American and I'm dumb, so I don't know that. But partly cloudy, so I think it's some good weather conditions tonight. And as I say that, Wesley, we're ending up the warm-up session, and we're about to get to our starting lineup for tonight's feature event.
We are talking 97 degrees for the track temp.
Ooh, okay. I mean, that's not the worst track temp, actually. That's kind of cool for track temp. That's not too bad. Usually track temp is like 100-something, so that's not too shabby. It's still hot, but it's on the lesser side of the hot. So if we want to get to our starting grid for tonight's race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, starting on the pole, my pick to win, and man, I picked good guys, I tell you what. James Mullins on the pole, Christian Strader, excuse me for mispronouncing that almost, in second. Tyler Chaney in the 54 in third. Adam Vincent in fourth. Starting in the 5th spot, Jordan Sailors in the double 8 machine. Drew Prohl in the 6th position. Looking back at 7th, Garrett Streets in the 68, and Jared Hayes in the 69. Back here at row 5, Blair Holloman in 9th, Dakota Ramsell in the 10th spot. In 11th, Sean Block, Kobe's pick to win. Colton Gardner in the Dale Earnhardt truck in 12th. Andrew Nagy in 13th. Art Mikotera in the 14th spot. Rounding out the top 15, Kyle Westwood in 15th. James Staples in the 24 in the 16th spot. Looking back at 17th, Lilith Peters, last week's winner in 17th. She'll start 17th. Rouse to her outside. Back here at row number 10, Christopher Fuge and Hunter Hughes.
Coming back onto row 11, we got Jacob Barker on the inside, his outside, Heath Snyder in that 29. Hopefully his luck can turn around. Robert Lewis is going to start 23rd. Noah Walters 24th. Next row on back, Joseph DuPont in the 87th, going to start 25th. Brian Alphin starting 26th in that 83. Starting 27th, JP Jones. 28th, his outside, Connor Fuge. Starting 29th, you've got Tommy Larkin, the 04 Clemson truck. To his outside, Daniel Dow. Yep.
So we have a 30 truck field tonight, and we have Connor Fuge and EOL. So he'll go to the back of the pack here of our 30 truck event for tonight here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. James Mullins on the pole. Strader to his outside in the 07. Cheney, Patet, the front 2 rows, the pace truck, the iRacing pace truck is going to pull off here, and we're going to release these truck series drivers. Here we go. To 100 laps. Let's go racing. Mullins leads us to the green.
On a huge amount of wind.
Oh, we're wrecking at the back. Peters around. Peters around. No contact with the inside safer barrier. And caution out on lap 1. Well, that started early. Stacking up here, Wesley, and I think it's something you want to talk about here. We didn't talk about in our keys to race, but this front straightaway is straight, and it makes the restart zone stack a lot with straight racetracks. They tend to stack in the restart zone, and I think that's what we saw here, even on lap 1. Guys and gals misjudging it, maybe? Oh, yeah, they stack hard. And she just
a
gets
little
the worst
bit
end of it. Yeah, they stack really hard.
the 68 of Streets, he spun his wheels, which stacked up that whole inside line, and just an accordion effect from there on. 01 just got real unlucky.
Yeah, but no damage or anything. The set of tires, though, might be hurt, so that's not good to spin them. It won't be too bad, but thankfully it didn't go at full speed yet, or even going up to speed. But yeah, I think there's an onboard from her point of view here. Up through the gears, green, green, green. Yeah, you can just see the stack coming. Oh, that's right behind her. And the 01, she just gets punted. Good job from everyone to not make that crash any bigger than it was. As we're on board Robert Lewis, I just saw that in the bottom left. Excuse me. But what an exciting start to the race, Wesley.
Just a little bit. I mean, restarts and starts are always tricky because you want to mash that gas just to get... just so that you can kind of get your momentum and hopefully get somebody into turn one. But if you mash the gas too hard, you spin your wheels, you stack up a field, you might get turned, somebody else behind you might get turned.
And the 01 down pit road early here, obviously, as she was the cause of the first caution. And like I said, Wesley, it's just so hard to see what's going on in front of you. The trucks especially, you can't see anything when you're tucked up behind a truck with how big this way is. It looks like no damage at all for the 01, so she got out of that pretty clean, all things considered. That's stock car racing, though, for you. You win last week at Rockingham on a great showing, and now she comes out here at Homestead with an okay qualifying spot, and she'll have to play from backup for the second week in a row. Not starting from the pit lane, but it's rather close, Wesley.
Rather close indeed. And then we talked right before the green flag dropped, the 19 of Connor, he had an EOL. Well, it's not just an EOL, it is a drive-through based off of incident points. Having 3 total, he has to serve a drive-through at the start of the race.
That's unfortunate for him. So drive-through for him. And he obviously could not serve that, as we didn't even make it to turn 1 before the caution flag waved. And we're under caution here. Looks like we'll get the 1 to go signal, though, Wesley. We're about to get going back to racing. Mullins kept the lead there. No one really, I don't think anyone in the top 10 really changed starting spots all too much, at least that I can see here. So it looks like that didn't really change at all. Just really kind of changed the middle of the pack running order. Try it again here. Make it a 96 lap race, not 100. And through 3 and 4, we're going to get this pace truck out of the way, and we're going to actually get some racing in. Maybe we'll make it turn 1 this time.
Be mindful of those throttles. Get a launch, but don't spin the tires and absolutely sack up everyone behind you.
These tires are still cold, even with the few laps under the pace. They will still be cold. Now, through the restart zone, Mullins will lead us to the green flag this time. Into the zone he goes. Green flag is out, and Mullins with a good launch. Cheney looking for second behind. Down into corner number 1, Cheney looking for the P2 spot behind James Mullins in the 60 truck, and he might get it off a 2. I think he will.
Way up the track is straighter there in 1 and 2. His truck did not want to stick on the line he wanted. Now they're 3 wide down the backstretch going into 3.
3 wide, tight on the middle lane to the bottom lane with Sailors. Straighter all the way, straddling the top lane. He's going to get a big run off the exit of corner number 4, trying to heat those tires up. Whoa, Sailors loose off the 4. You're already seeing, Wesley, those multi-groove racing. Here's Ramsell looking up to try to make it the top middle-ish lane work here. He's going to diamond it back down to the middle here. Try to get the run off the 40 of Colton Gardner, looking to his inside as we see him move further up there. For a battle upside with a 17. Oh. You're okay. The Sailors now has filed down to the bottom of the racetrack. See a lot of guys filed to the bottom, Wesley. That's the save tire, because the top lane, it is a little faster, I think, but it's harder on the right rear, and this truck is just, it tends to get loose here at this track, not really tight. You can burn the right front, but it's a little easier to burn the right rear than most tracks, I would say, Wesley.
I mean, I wouldn't say I think it's faster. It definitely is faster, but like you pointed out, hug that bottom, save your tires for later on. because just running that top consistently early on is going to burn them up, and you're going to be paying the price later. As we still got this group of cars side by side. Whoa, a little bit of contact and movement off of 4.
Look at Cheney and Strader. Strader looking to the inside of Tyler Cheney. He's going to get there into turn 1. It looks like not quite. Cheney going to shut the doors. Cheney to the outside for the race lead. Tyler Cheney trying to take the reins of this race. And he'll get close to the outside wall, but he's clear for the race lead. Now, if this is Tyler Cheney, now back the pace down again. You took the lead. Don't run away with it here. Huddle back. Look at Mullins. This is all going to work in Mullins' favor here in about 20 laps. So if I'm Tyler Cheney, let's back the pace down a bit. Let's not go run away with this.
Yeah, and you still see Strader there. He was right up to the top. I mean, now he's right back to the bottom. That's the thing. Get your pass done. Hopefully it takes only a lap, then feed right back to that yellow line. Save those tires. I'm glad to see the 54 doing that. He's had problems where I say it's problems, but I mean, he liked running the top. He found his speed up there, but I'm good to see that he's playing it more patient this week.
I think he's got so much speed, but he just can't get it through the whole run sometimes. Sometimes he does a really good job even pushing the whole time to get decent speed out of it. But if you want to win races and get top 5s and finish them out, you just can't abuse your tires. And right now he's in the race lead, about 10 laps in, so already about a 10th of the way over with this race. Just hold on to the race lead, be patient here, and your time will come, Wesley. You just got to be patient when you're up front here.
And we still got almost the whole entire field there, all in one pack, if you'd like to call it. The couple stragglers behind, we see Blair Hallman. He's on the outside of Streets here, going through 3 and 4. Then right behind him, you got Tyler Rouse on the outside of Colton Gardner. Whoa, big wiggle, I think, out of that, the 88 of Sailors there off of 4.
Yeah, big wiggle again off of 4 for the 88. That's the second time in the last few corners, or laps, excuse me. He's had a moment. Blair Hallman working the third lane, trying to go to the front. Talk about a little further back in mid-pack. Lilith Peters from a spin on lap 1, already back inside the top 20. So she's made her way forward along with a few other drivers from that early stack up. As we look up here, Blair Holloman continues to work the third lane. Might be 3 wide off the exit of 4 here. Oh, Sailors is going to close the door.
Tight.
Whoa, yeah, that was not clear. I don't think that was good. I think Holloman gave him a break right there.
I don't think he did. Sailors really wanted to keep the 32 truck behind them. And they're still up there running that wall. I just want to see what this is going to be like later. Meanwhile, move for the lead. Straighter to the inside of Cheney. Cheney's going to try to keep it hugged around the outside.
Straighter hit the apron there. Wesley entering the corner and mid-corner. Shot his car up a little bit. Had to get off the gas. That's going to keep Tyler Cheney in the race lead. Back to the high side goes the 07. Ripping the boards. Can't get much closer to the top lane of the racetrack. To the wall. Big run coming off of corner number 2. Real loose off of 2.
But he still kept up his speed. He's going to be to the outside that rear quarter panel of the 54. Still right up to the boards from the 07.
He's going to have a massive run. He's going to get to the outside of the 54 of Tyler Cheney. The new race leader on lap number 13. Straighter to the front as we see a car darting to the inside paint. Further back in the field mid-pack. Looks like everyone kept it straight, but that was an audacious move. Car in the fence right ahead of the 82 truck.
Everybody hopefully avoids.
Yeah, everyone did a good job there. And Sailors to P2. I think these are 2 trucks. Sailors is a guy, I think, who has the Tyler Cheney problem, but exacerbated. He is so fast, but he does not save tires.
No, he doesn't. So those 2 have already cleared out through Cheney and Mullins, who've been constantly running the bottom. Holloman next on that list. We've seen him all the way up against the wall there through both sets of these turns.
Jared Hayes right there with him. Sorry to have the big whoa moment there. I saw 2 cars door banging down the front straightaway at the back half of the pack back there. They're getting feisty back there for the 20s spots back there in the 20s. Yeah, right here. I think Sean Block was the car that got doored. I'm not quite sure what's going on back here. These points and spots don't pay much.
Not the short term, at least, but I mean, eventually through the season, sometimes these are the more important spots.
Yeah.
As we still got a battle for the lead as well. Sailors at one point got around Strader. Now Strader's back around Sailors to regain the top spot, but Sailors is not letting him go. Both of them going to shoot to the high side. 50 for the first car sitting in third that you're going to see run that white line.
I love Sailor's lane right there. He peaked in the middle lane, got clean air in the front end, and when the 07 went down off the corner to drive it, he then throttled up, got to the outside lane of the 07 and stuck it towards the wall to keep the clean air on the front end of the race car. Really heads up driving here from the 88, but I do think it's time to migrate down from the top. You're going to be relying on it if you keep running it, excuse me, and you're going to burn up that tire as we see side-by-side racing further back with Mullins. And Sailor's looking for the lead. Is he clear? Not quite.
Strader's going to have that momentum off the top, as always, that you'll get from it. And he's going to put several truck lengths between him and Sailors in second before they enter turn one.
I really do think Tyler Cheney is doing a great job here. He's sticking with these guys, but he's not pushing as hard. I really think he's doing a good job right now, just kind of waiting in the wings, so to speak, as here comes Blair Holloman to the inside of the 54. Looking for P3. Cheney just gives it to him. Just because, hey, you're faster right now. Go ahead and take this spot. I'll get you back here in 10, 15 laps. Don't worry, bud. He's going to try to cross over me off of 4.
Massive wiggle off of 4.
Oh, that's just a tank sniper, bud. That's nothing too big. Down into turn 1. He'll rip the high side. Man, Holloman loves his top.
He does, but I mean, he's fading a little bit. Typically, we see the high line, you get almost an immediate pass off of 2, but it took him almost the full length of the backstretch to get it done on Tyler Cheney that time around.
The car's starting to maybe get a little loose, a little tight, and there's 69 of Jared Hayes. He's going to lose a spot to Mullins, so Mullins, the tires already starting to come into effect. He's got Patet in the 96, car in the wall. I think that's Drew Prohl in that green and red car with no paint scheme loaded in. So it's a very nice looking green and red and blue car. He's Snyder tight off of the corner back there, right behind Jared Hayes to clear the car behind him. And Mullins now trying to get by the 96 at Patet. I love that line from Mullins. He just kind of arcs it into the mid corner, gets a good drive off, a straight drive off, doesn't have to put a lot of wheel in it, I'm sure. And that's a really good racing line. James Mullins, so experienced at saving tires. I love the lines he uses to save them. Lilith Peters back here watching her in the 87. Is that Dakota Ramsel there? Yes, it is. He's going backwards a bit here. On the onboard camera of Dakota Ramsel in the 03 truck on the bottom lane behind that Guns N' Roses 49. Whoa, that's a little loose. A little scary. They all keep it straight, though. Back to the bottom. And look at all these lanes, Wesley. They're just they're everywhere on the racetrack. 20 laps into the run.
Yeah, you hear about how much room there is that you can run on a track. Well, a lot of tracks, they don't use every square inch of it. Miami, one of the ones that does. One of the ones you always see every inch of it ran on, the Super Speedway, but that's because we're always 3, 4, sometimes 4 wide around the track. But Miami, you see right there, you got about 20 different lines and ways to take the turns that everybody's going to use to their advantage when they can.
While we were focusing on the middle of the pack, Jordan Sailors has sailed to the race lead in the 88. As he continues to run the top side, Blair Holloman and Tyler Cheney has ran down the front duo, though. Here's Patet and Prohl. Patet he's actually lost 5th to Mullins. Now he's lost 6th to Prohl, most likely off the exit of 4. He'll stay side by side, and Prohl has a big wiggle off the exit of the corner. Walking the dog a little bit is the 80 of Drew Prohl. Behind them, Streets and Hayes going at it in the 68 and the 69. Streets ripping the board, close as you can be to the wall, really. Gets a little bit off the corner exit. Screen froze. Oh, there it is. Patet now back to the bottom of the racetrack. Cheney now trying to pass back to 32 on the bottom. And here comes James Mullins. And I think Cheney has something he has to do here. He does have to save tire. He's done a good job. I think he's the best car of these three in front of him. But James Mullins is a little better. So you gotta, if you're Tyler Cheney, you gotta clear this traffic better while not abusing your tires. But James Mullins is coming, and he's got a head of steam.
He does, and we talk about tire saving. I definitely agree with you. That 60 is the master of doing it. Meanwhile, Prohl all the way up against the wall, almost drifting the corner. Look how loose he gets. Oh,
Contact.
a little bit of contact off of 4.
The 07 tried to pull up in front of the 88. The 88 had a big head of steam, and the 07 had to get out of the way, otherwise he was going to get turned. Straighter back to the bottom of the racetrack. Holloman continues to rip the boards further back with Cheney and Mullins in tow. Mullins goes in line on the outside lane to get a good arc into the corner. They go both back to the bottom. Never mind. Mullins to the middle of the racetrack. And look, I love that. I love that lane. What Mullins just did there, you saw a great angle of it. He arcs at mid-corner. He drives from the middle of the lane and arcs to the bottom. That's so much easier on the right rear. It actually is a bit harder on the right front. And that's perfect. That offsets, especially if you have a setup that's really hard on the right rear or a really good setup here at Homestead in the truck. It's a lot of side force, so it has a lot more side force on the right rear. He's just so good in this truck.
It isn't. Typically, you see that kind of on a short track known as diamonding the corner, where you just get that little bit of a straighter exit as you turn down mid-corner, and you can get your throttle just to the throttle just a little bit earlier, get some more speed into the truck as it comes off the turn. As we see Strader, he's back to the inside of Sailors for the lead going into 1.
Trying to sail past the Sailors machine. Can he do it though? No, Sailors are going to have a good head of steam off the exit of the corner. And you're talking about that straight exit, Wesley. It's something I think people underutilize at tracks like these in the 1.5 in the big track. I mean, the big tracks are a little different of Michigan. You really, tire saving is not really a massive thing at those kind of racetracks. They're still a thing, but I mean, with tracks like this, getting straight exits, I think is the biggest thing to tire saving at tracks like this, and keeping your wheel as least turned as possible is obviously always a thing, but tracks like this is paramount. And James Mullins puts it on the best, and he's back to the inside now for P2. He's going to the front as the 88 is sideways in 1 and 2. He might be in the race lead for not too long. To the inside, down the back straightaway.
And that 60 is coming, but
yes, he is.
But yeah, Strader, he gave a good shot to the back of the 88 of Mullins there. He's going to kind of turn down in the middle to get clean air. 88 of Sailor, still a great run off of 4, even with how loose he is, and the 60 just slides up so tightly right in front of that 07.
Now Cheney, he's cleared Blair Holloman. Now he looks to the inside of the 07 of Strader. Cheney is just as good, if not, and he's probably a little slower than the 60 truck. But he's right there. He's right there with him. He can just complete the passes like the 60 truck's able to do. He will be a contender tonight. To the inside again in 3 and 4. Mullins the bottom. Sailor's the top. Run again on the top. Never mind. Sailor's in the wall.
Just going to check out the 07. Tyler Cheney, he's going to get this pass done easily for second. Now just hold the bottom in front of Strader and don't let him get below you, and just kind of start sailing away as Sailors again sideways through the turn.
He's just chewed up the right rear. You're going to see him fall hard here. He got to the race lead and we're 30 laps into the run. I mean, this is deep into the run now, Wesley, where you are going to see cars, if they chewed up the right rear, they're going to feel it. And the 88 is feeling it. He's having to tiptoe the throttle through the corners. Look at that car. It's yawed out every exit of a corner. That is not how it's supposed to be here. If you want a good handling race car, Tyler Cheney and Mullins, they're straight, they're pointed, they look good. That 88, it's slideways all through the corner.
Yeah, slideways is a great way to put it. He's not just sideways, he is sliding and killing those tires even more with each and every time it happens. Meanwhile, you've got Strader and Holloman. We saw both of them using the high side early on. Their car's a little bit more controlled.
Yeah, a little bit more controlled, but they're not going forward either, as they're losing time to the truck back there. Is that Daniel Dow? Is that Daniel Dow? I think that's Daniel Dow. Yeah, it's Daniel Dow in the 2 truck, but he is 25 laps down, actually. Not sure why he's 25 laps down. Might have just came in here a little late, and again, he is on much fresher tires. He is flying right now.
Yeah, Dow, I think he disconnected for a bit at the start, so just now really getting his race started for him.
Well, he'll get down to 24 here. He's going to have to hope for a lot more luck his way to get those back. I don't think he is going to. But he's hoping for some attrition here. Later in the race is Wentzel, Gardner. Oh, and Colton Gardner, big moment off of 4. And a good move from Hunter Hughes to go to the inside of this almost spinning 40 truck. Man, there's battles everywhere.
Is right here, 7th place. You got Streets Pro sideways off of 2, keeps it straight. Westwood, a little bit of a wiggle off turn, trying to get ahead of that 80. And all three kind of follow each other into 3. But Crowley's going to turn down just a little bit, still sliding that 80 truck.
The 80 truck is another truck that I think pushed a lot on the early side of the run. Heath Snyder in the top 10 now, back there in 10. We're really not seeing any trucks that look good right now outside of the top 2. Mullins and Cheney are the only 2 looking consistently good and going forward, at least that I can see. I mean, everyone else is just struggling out here. As I think we're about to have a battle back there for the 10th spot. With Snyder and Peters and Ramsell all right in a little muscle group. So along with that battle back here with the Westwood machine we were just looking at, as Tyler Cheney has pulled a big gap here on Jordan Sailors. Here's that battle. These cars are just glued together. Don't you love that, Wesley? As a driver, it's the most frustrating thing ever. Like, I just passed you, go away. And they just keep fighting and no one can get clear.
That's one thing that Miami kind of brings you. No matter where you run on the track, if you might have a faster truck, if they're able to get right behind you. And we didn't really talk about it during the pre-race, but dirty air in the turns, yes. But a good amount of slipstream and drafting down these long, straight straightaways.
Yeah, the straight straightaways give a good run, especially off the high side with the draft and the dragginess of the truck on the straights. This truck doesn't have the worst in dirty air. The Cup car and Xfinity car are way worse, but it does definitely affect it. The car tends to be more stable in dirty air, obviously a little tighter. Sometimes it can be actually to the benefit if your car is really loose to be in some dirty air, I find anyways. If you're tucked up right behind someone. As Sailors is going to lose that spot to the 07 down to 4th now to the 88. Oh, I think he took the air off him. Got him loose in the mid-corner. Sailors had to bail off there. Took the air, off the left rear, and that thing was about to come around.
And you just talked about seeming like you can't really get away from these drivers. This 07 of Strader and the 88 of Sailors, they've been on top of each other since green flag dropped. We saw them racing up there for the lead, still racing right here for 3rd place.
Here's a truck that I've found, Wesley, that's actually moving forward. The 96 of Patet. He's wrapping the paint, and he is coming right now. He's looking for 3rd and 4th on the 88 and the 07 as they continue to have their battle for whatever spot they're fighting for that lap. This 96 is becoming a player on the long run. That's really good. If your truck's able to do that, I mean, it takes a while for the top lane truck to get a run on you. You are much faster.
Yeah, and early in the run, we saw that top line, like I said, when Cheney was battling Holloman. Typically, you see it almost like an immediate result of that pass off of 2 or clearing off of 2. But now it's taking them halfway, almost the whole straightaway to make sure that the car that's on the inside does not get around them.
Man, the 96 is just saying, I just want to hear clear, spotter, please. But he really can't, even if he clears the 88. The 07's like right there, so it's really hard to fill into that hole. I think he might get it right here. He will. Good job. I think the 88 got a leather slide job off the exit of the corner and with his tires. And we have pit stops. Hunter Hughes down pit road. Colton Gardner to another car further back there. So around lap 43, 42 here, we're going to start the green flag cycle. And that should be close to the fuel window, right, Wesley?
I believe it's within the estimated fuel window that we got. It's where these guys can now make it to the end of race, and I'd say they'd even be good for a couple green-white checkers. As Strader, little wiggle off of 4, but it's not going to hurt him. Patek just going to slot in behind.
Mullins has opened up a big 1.7 second lead. This is the first battle on the racetrack for position. Battle for third. Patek continues to wrap the bottom paint. Strader continues to wrap the top. Now side draft right here maybe. And he keeps it pretty clean and away from him. Back to the bottom here. Just trying to slowly work on these guys. And he's going to get him here. Good move. As long as he can stick it on the bottom off of 4. Patek to P3.
He's going to clear him. Now, Ramsdale, a little bit of a wall tap right there. I was going to say, just kind of sit behind and ride. Don't try to force a pass to the inside. If your tires are worn out, it's not going to stick. He's going to go right back to the top where he's always been. Patek, meanwhile, wrapping about half a lane off the bottom. Smooth exit, and he's just going to slowly start gaining time and getting a gap in between him and that 07.
Yeah, Patek finally got clear of those two trucks, so let's see if he has a truck maybe to contend with Cheney or James Mullins in the 60 or 54 camp. The 07, I think this is probably where their trucks are in the 88, the 07 camp. Just, whoa, and Sailors! Big moment off of 4. Holloman having a moment as well as Westwood looks inside there for 6th.
And Prohl's going to follow that 31, hoping for them both to get past the 32 of Holloman. And right here, we talked about it, the top side going to eat your tires alive very quickly. These three trucks, the 07, the 88, and the 32, we saw them ripping the wall almost immediately. And yes, they made ground on that short run, but now they're starting to fall back.
Now I want to mention someone back here at 10th position. Lilith Peters has driven her way into 10th. That is an insane drive. I don't think she took tires. There's no gimmicks. She has driven her way from the back of the field yet again. Second week coming as another car comes down pit road. But what a drive from her to put herself inside the top 10. We're looking back here, Sean Block. James Mullins maybe coming down pit side. Looked a little slow there. Can't believe he is. He's still on the racetrack. And he's really growing that lead the last few laps. It was hovering around a 1.5 second kind of gap, and it's now down up to a 2.1, 2.2. Mullins starting to stretch his legs a little bit. Not really pulling as much on Patek, but I think Patek has a car that's a little better than Tyler Cheney right now. 2 seconds adrift, a little under 2 seconds adrift. The battle back here for the 10th spot. Well, Heath Snyder back there side by side with Lilith Peters. Prohl looking to the inside here of Kyle Westwood. Can he complete the pass? No. The momentum on the top lane. Holloman's back to 8th. He is dropped back like a rock. A sliding rock.
A sliding rock, I'd definitely say, because of how much that truck is sliding in the corners. And you talked about Peters coming to the front. Well, she just got past Heath Snyder, so she's now in 9th. Snyder, meanwhile, he, like I said, as going through the grid, kind of hope that he gets a little bit better runs because he's just been so unlucky. Top 10 finish, I would take for that 29. He's showing great form right now.
Yeah, he just got past from Peters as she's moving through the field again. Showing the boys what's up. That young lady continues to impress in her second start here this season. Caution! Caution is out! Caution is out, and I think I saw it off of turn 4. Some trucks were really tight. Yes, big wreck, the 49 of Christopher Fuge. Christopher Fuge parked it to the inside wall. He is a lap down. Another car further behind him there. I can't quite tell who that is. Our
the 81 of Rouse
tonight. Yeah, Tyler Rouse involved. So what's... Oh, wow, this is a jumble of cars if I've ever seen it. The Guns N' Roses 49. There's a little bit of front end damage, I think. I think this is ahead of him. Oh, yeah, that was ran out of space. Oh, wow, Rouse. Rouse has got heavy. Yeah, I think we should need to look here. Wow. It's kind of all run out. Realize, of course, my screen freezes right as we're looking at it.
87
yeah,
looking around the inside of the 14
yeah, Hayes just comes up and cleans out the 87. Yeah. That's just...
I don't think he was expecting the 87 right there on his door when he came up. The 87 had a great run. He ducked it beneath the 14 truck and then was looking to make a move on the 99 of Nagy. And Hayes, I don't think saw him there, and even if unfortunate.
I mean, even if he's not got a third car to his outside, he just gets dumped. I mean, he just gets dumped from the inside lane car of Jared Hayes. You watch it again here. The 87, Jared's dropped back a lot here. He is really slow. The 87's on fresh tires. Oh, he just gets cleaned out. Oh, man. I mean, Jared is just obviously really fighting the truck. He's dropped back a lot, and Tyler Rouse goes almost airborne. Rouse has
he
heavy
just
damage.
climbs the left front of the 69 right there.
And the man who you could say caused it, Jared Hayes, he squeaked right on by. No damage. For the most part, anyways. There's James Mullins down pit road. This is going to shake up the grid. A few cars did make their way down pit side, so that's going to really hurt all of those trucks. Nelia Esports number 60, Chevy Silverado for James Mullins. He will win the race off pit road, and basically we're just going to have the same race distance we had this last run to the finish if we go green, obviously. And this should be the... Excuse me, Kobe, I didn't quite hear you. Oh, I gotcha. So, yeah, you see it on the scoring pylon to your left there. 37.54 for Cheney, Mullins, and Patet, just with 3100ths, or thousandths, excuse me, off of them as well. So, really tight down pit road there, Wesley.
Hundredths is right, and yes, it was. Great pit stops by these three trucks. And those were the three that we saw at the end of the run. They saved their tires early on, and it paid dividends. But I was going to say starting a little bit behind some traffic, but all these cars ahead of them are going to take the wave around. Cheney, though, he's going to start in the outside, maybe try to make his way to the bottom as quick as possible to repeat what he did that first run.
What I like about this for Cheney and Patet is they have the track position of being right up here where the 60 is, right? Like the 60 started on pole. He could just kind of drop back to 7th or 8th by the time the tires kicked in. He can start going forward. He's not going to go back to like 13th and save the same amount of tires, right, that these guys would have to do at the start of the race. Now they have the same track position. If I'm Cheney, I'm taking the lead. I'm just parking it, right? I'm just saving. I'm not going to let the 60 get out of my sights in my rearview mirror. Same with Patet, because those three seem to have the long run trucks, but this could turn into a sprint race, Wesley, and all these long run trucks are not the trucks to be. So we're about to find out what kind of race we're going to get here for the last 50 laps.
Yeah, and it's going to be amazing to watch as well. Like you said, if you were the 54 of Cheney, get to lead, then park it in front of the 60 and kind of control the pace of the race. But I know a couple guys, one directly behind the 54, he's not going to wait and play the simple game. Ramsell, if he can get to the outside, he's going to go. And that 88 and the 32, watch them to go with him.
And we're green flag back out in the air. Cheney with a decent launch. He'll hang on to P2. Mullins all clear. Cheney, like you just said a moment ago, right down to the bottom lane. Patet right behind him. The 07 ripping the middle lane. Blair Holloman, he's found the third lane early. Drew Prohl trying to go up clear. Not clear of the 32 with a big run off the exit of the corner.
Right there, not Patet, but Strader, he got right to the back of the 54 going into 3.
Big run.
Still running that middle lane. Meanwhile, Holloman into the wall as he was ripping that blue barrier.
Yeah, he's ripping that. It's kind of a turquoise blue barrier. I don't know what that color is, to be honest. Turquoise blue. It's an odd color. It's the Miami color. It gives you the Miami vibes. But Strader to the outside, looking for the race lead. Under 50 laps to go. Tyler Cheney in the tire tracks of James Mullins. And your race leader is going to be the 07. Blair Holloman, watch him. He's really good in the short run. I think he started a little deep. That's why you didn't see him up here. But here's Blair Holloman in the 32. He's going to clear for P2. Westwood is well coming to the front.
I was going to say, look at that 31. He's running the wall. Meanwhile, Mullins and Cheney, they're playing the exact same thing they did. Patet along with them. Run that bottom lane. Let these guys go. Use up their stuff. Keep within striking distance, though. Don't give up too much time, and then just get them back later.
Second in points right now. Blair Holloman looking for the race lead. And you just mentioned, Wesley, right before the broadcast that Michael Tucker is over the I-rating cap, if I'm not mistaken.
Over the I-rating cap and getting ready for Road to the Pros, so most likely not going to see him for the rest of the season.
It's unfortunate to not see the 8 truck, as we do love to see Michael out here, and he probably will be the points leader for a good long while as we have the battle up front for the race lead.
Massive moment further in the back. Looked like the 54 got loose off of 2, and everybody had to swerve to avoid him, though no caution out.
Of course, my screen freezes as all the chaos erupts, and Lilith Peters right ahead of the 54 and the 29. That's a shame, though, for Tyler Chaney losing all that track position. He's going to fall back from the Batet and the 60 truck. The trucks, he's got kind of that similar strategy. And look at here, the 88 this time, he's like, I'm going to run the bottom and see how this goes. 3 wide off the exit. That's tight. Almost wreck off of 2. Batet sails it off into the corner. Gonna get it woed down, but he drifts with the racetrack. That's not good for tire saving. The 88 continues to burn the right rear, even on the bottom lane. This is a stack up. Cars trying to save tire. Cars trying to go forward. Cars like the 88 not really knowing what to do. Push or save tire. They're 3 wide in 1 and 2.
3 wide in the 88. Another massive slide. Oh, there's a checkup and a wreck off of 2.
Oh, big wreck. Lilith Peters around Dakota Ramsel, and a car hits him late. Heath Snyder gets plowed. Is what we thought might happen. If we get a sprint to the finish, Wesley, we go about 4 or 5 laps, and we got some meatballs on the racetrack. And I think Heath Snyder's probably one of them. Let's see if we get confirmation here if Heath Snyder is a meatball. And Dakota Ramsel gets the meatball flag, so the 03's night is over, as he did hit a ton. Let's see what happened here. Of course, he's got a freeze on me. There he goes. Just like the lap prior. Down the back straightaway, looking at Lilith Peters' 01 machine. Here we go, 3 wide into the corner. The 88 in the middle. Just talking about not knowing really what to do here. Yeah, the 88 drifts up the track. I think he thinks he's closer than he is to the 68. And he's saving it right here, hoping he doesn't get hit, hoping everyone can stay away from him. And Dakota Ramsel cannot. The 01 his teammate. Dakota Ramsel's teammate, she can't check up in time. Heath Snyder can't check up in time either, obviously. The 24 Staples.
Cheney.
Cheney's got
Staples into the wall outside.
Look at Art Nicotero back there in the 17. He does a great job getting through all this.
And then the 19 just comes flying in, hoping to dodge it all, and did not make it.
Connor kind of got stuck there. He's kind of got the blind exit. Can't see smoke, track blocked, momentum. He's got too much momentum to really slow down. Unfortunately for him, is Blair Holloman's race leader. That's a big wreck, Wesley. That takes out a lot of good trucks.
It did. Not Pro, but Sailors, we saw he was able to rip the wall. Excuse me. He was ripping the wall that first run and had great speed, but once he tried to put his truck somewhere else, it didn't seem to handle. And even there on the long run, when that long first run at the end of it, his truck was dying and wasn't happy. So just tried to save it, couldn't quite do it without hitting another truck, which I don't think was his fault. He tried to keep it straight, and then just a massive checkup and pile up behind him.
Yeah, just a kind of a racing incident. No one's really at fault. Just, I mean, the 88, I guess you could say it's at fault, but he did nothing intentional or bad, just getting loose in the corner. We've seen everyone get loose today, and guys can't check up in time. You're full throttle pinned off the exit of the corner, especially on the top. And that's what results here. A lot of good trucks taken out or have damage. Peter is one of them. Snyder, all those good trucks. Dakota Ramsel, who kind of was struggling midpoint of the race, was kind of getting it back up and going. And obviously Connor Fuge hit a ton coming in there late. As you commented on, Wesley, gotta give him some, giving your brother some hate there, you know, a little brotherly love.
Nah, I'm not really giving him some hate. Like you said, these turn exits are a little bit of blind corners, especially if they're smoke involved. But it's also fast and it's wide. You've got a whole amount of asphalt from wall to wall that you can use to avoid. So he thought they might have slid more towards the walls than they did, thinking he could keep it pinned to keep it off of them, but apparently not the case tonight.
Yeah, tough break for Connor. Brotherly love, you know. Gotta show your brother what's up, you know. On the racetrack and off the racetrack. And that just jumbles up the entire order. That's Robert Lewis is in the top 10 now. Jared Hayes, who was just involved in that big run that caused our second caution of the night. We're going to get the pace truck pulled off here. And back to green flag racing. Holloman, the 07 of Strader, green flag back out here at Miami. 40 laps to go. Mullins with a bit of a really good restart for third.
And Holloman, he's going to keep the bottom here as well. Meanwhile, Strader, like you said, is still running that middle top line. Holloman going to try to break the draft down the backstretch.
Strader's just really consistent. That's what I've seen a lot from the 07. He's super consistent with constantly making speed. As here comes Streets out of nowhere. Here he comes in the third lane. Big run down the front straightaway. The 07 might have company here by the end of it because the 68's coming.
68's coming, and Prohl got into the back of Mullins, giving him a nice little push down the front, but let off by the time they got to the corner.
Strader looking inside here. Couldn't quite get there, but he's peeking inside. Is that an Allison Shane's car I see there from Streets? I think it is. It's a nice looking paint scheme. In the 68 truck. Mullins trying to hang on to fourth back there as Prohl and Patet are trying to hound him. See Cheney back there in seventh, watching it all unfold in front. Holloman to the top of the racetrack. The 07 of Strader on the bottom of the racetrack. Momentum with Holloman. Not
gonna
much,
get him
though.
cleared about halfway down. No, not even halfway down. Barely got him cleared going into three.
Look at
So
Streets
now,
here.
Streets now, like you said, he shot to the bottom, following the 07 of not Ramsdale, but Strader through. Strader looking clear here down the front. Close call as Holloman shoots to the bottom.
It's a big crossover move. The Streets machine had a big run. He had to take the momentum somewhere. Didn't want to just not use it. He'll try to vie back for the race lead off of corner number 2. Well, he can't quite get there as Streets and Strader, in the 07 are ripping the boards on the top lane. Mullins has picked up the pace a little bit. Not going back as much as he did the first time. He's right here with the leaders.
Streets a wiggle off of 4 there. Gonna keep great momentum though. Still side by side with a 32 going into 1.
That keeps Holloman in it though. That big wiggle. Yeah, Holloman's gonna not clear him actually mid-corner. He's gonna have a tough time off exit. Then here comes the 68 with a head of steam on the outside. Look at Strader breaking the draft, trying to keep him side by side. Clear is Streets into turn number 3. Holloman's gonna have to settle in. They all go single file out for like, I think 9 cars, 10 cars deep right there. They all are single file out. So you go back there to the Kyle Westwood machine and Hunter Hughes. Mullins looking inside here for P3.
And Mullins and Holloman, or not Mullins and Holloman, but someone in Holloman were banging doors a little bit down the front stretch. Not exactly sure which one it was. Holloman, great run though off of 2, crossover. Inside looking of the 60, gonna force the 60 to run the wall, which we haven't seen yet.
Seen very much of it. The 60's been very selective, and it looks loose up there.
Holloman loose off of 4, almost sideways, but keeps her straight.
Everyone's loose. The 60 with a run now to the inside for P2 on Streets. Can he keep the momentum up though and clear him? No, the 68's gonna put the gas, the power down off of the exit of the corner, mid-corner. Big run again on the top side. The 07's going to give the draft. This time the 68, he knows Mullins a little better than maybe the other car of Blair Holloman. And look at that line. That's what I love. Diamonding the exit of the corner for the 60 truck. It's a little dangerous with Prohl right on your bumper. Oh, he got him loose with the arrow. Side by side for second. Here comes Mullins looking inside. Can he clear Streets this time? Another vie at it through 1 and 2. This 68 on the top lane. Can't get clear again is Mullins. This is going to burn your tires up, bottom or not. Racing hard like this, it's not saving tire.
No, it's not. And right now, you see Strader kind of seeing this out his rear view. He's like, thank you, keep on battling, let me scamper off a little bit. He's starting to run the bottom, preserve a little bit of tire wear, as these 4 or 5 trucks almost in this front pack are all on top of each other.
Look who's coming back to the equation here. Tyler Cheney, Hunter Hughes coming to the front, save their tires a little bit better, or maybe took some tires. After the last caution we had, Hunter Hughes splits the middle. He's going to get Cheney off the exit of 2. He'll look to get another one entering turn 3 to the inside here of Blair Holloman. And Cheney trying to run as close to the bottom as he possibly can. A little bit of dirty air. He's going to wash up the racetrack and have to lift the throttle as Hunter Hughes almost goes around.
Almost goes around, but keeps good momentum. He's looking back to the inside of the 32 of Holloman. Cheney's going to pinch Patet down a little bit on corner entry. Drift it up through the middle of the corner. Get a good run here off of 2.
3 wide, looking further back with Westwood and Robert Lewis. Hunter Hughes continuing to drive forward. I think he has fresh tires, Wesley.
I think he does, but I'm not exactly sure on it. That 18 truck is fast, though. Holloman right up against the wall. Not sure if he touched it.
If he did, he gave it a little kiss. No harm, no foul. Cheney now right on the bumper of the 96. As Mullins continues to try to work on streets, he just cannot get by the 68. Ryan Newman-esque pass right here. Everyone's so tight in this front pack. Cheney back down to the 8th spot. Streets continues to hurt the 60 car's progress to try to run down the 07, who's almost put a second lead, and he has an 0.8 of a second gap at the line that time. Still side by side for P2.
Meanwhile, the 18 truck, he's kind of lurking behind the 60 and 68. He sees them battling. I think Mullins going to have Streets on exit this time around. He does. Streets going to have a run. What's he going to do with it? He's going to dip to the inside. Is he going to stay high? He's going to stay high here. Meanwhile, Hughes, he fires to the bottom. Prohl, Patet following behind him. Holloman right up against the wall like usual.
Oh, Streets big wiggle off of the corner. Here comes Hunter Hughes. It has to be on fresh tires. He is flying right now, or he is just on Superman mode. Hunter Hughes to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to clear Streets in 1 and 2. Not quite going to get it done, I don't think. Maybe. Oh, he does. Good move from Hunter Hughes. Crossover.
Yeah, Street's going to look immediately to the bottom, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Excuse me. Hunter Hughes walking the dog off the exit of the corner. He's going to walk the dog all the way down. The 68 goes around with him, and Hunter Hughes was having one heck of a drive, and it ends with a self-spin off of 4. He's got to be kicking himself there, man. He was coming to the front. If it stays green and he has that pace, he wins this race. I don't have a question about that. Let's take another look at it. I mean, the 18 is loose for what seems like half the corner. Starts right there. It's sliding, sliding, sliding. That's where you just get off the gas. And he's yanking the wheel to the right so much. He's just on the gas too much. They just lift, right? I mean, he just doesn't want to give up momentum in the truck. This car's just so momentum heavy. Streets, and they did a great job not hitting anything. I feel like he just lifts. He's fine there, Wesley. Hard to tell in the car. He is just boogieing onto the corner. He can taste second place in James Mullins and just comes around on him that fast. Takes the 68 with him.
And great minimal damage for both of these trucks. I mean, Streets, we saw he was putting up a clinic, keeping Mullins behind him and letting the 07 Estrada run away. And then Hunter, he was flying through the field on what we can presume was fresh tires.
Yeah, he's flying through the field on what looked like, fresh tires. And Mullins gonna win the race off pit road, or did Prohl? And Mullins did. That's impressive. Mullins was not the race leader. The 07 was the race leader. He is 4th. And he had a good pit stop time. But bad pit lane time, 39 to its 37. So I'm assuming maybe a slid box or just really bad execution on pit road. To lose not only the race lead, but to lose P2 to Prohl. Everyone did take 4 tires. This should be their last set. Am I right, Wesley? For most guys?
I wouldn't even say for most guys. I mean, Mullins, I think this is only his second time down pit road.
I think you're right. I think a lot of guys, it's their second. I might have been mistaken. But I think for Hunter Hughes, this might be his last set if he did take tires that last pit stop. Or that last caution, excuse me. My screen has frozen. It does not like me anymore. Yeah, well, there we go. It's back. Whew, good. As we have 1 to green on the racetrack, we're going to go green with under 25 laps to go. We're going to go green and drop it with 24 to go. So this is the sprint, Wesley. I mean, you can kind of just, you can save the tires a little bit, but not too much. Otherwise, it's just going to be too little too late, especially if a caution comes out here and you have fresh tires, come down pit road is what I think the call should be.
I agree with you. And again, I think only a couple of these guys, they've only used up 2 of those extra sets on pit road. So they've still got another set left for these final 24, 23 laps. So if a caution comes out 15 to go, let's see who rolls the dice, who takes the gamble.
Who takes the gamble? Do we get the gamble? 24 laps to go. Green flag, and James Mullins launches like a cannon. All clear for James Mullins. Strader trying to look for Prohl for P2. And that's why pit road's so important. Now you give... Oh, and Prohl's around!
Prohl sideways!
That's involved. Kyle Westwood's nowhere to go. Robert Lewis...
Gardner around as well.
Excuse me. Cold tires strike, and a caution is out. And the very nice downloaded in paint scheme of Drew Prohl took a little spin off and into turns 1 and 2, and took some trucks with them, unfortunately. So easy to do, Wesley. So easy. These trucks are on the absolute ratchet edge.
And we know these guys are aggressive, especially on a restart. It's just the best time to make up spots. Looks like he hit a seam or a bump and it snapped on him. Little bit of assistance from Patet. And Tyler Cheney and Colton Gardner there on the bottom trying to avoid. Seems like the 40 checked up and the 54 just ran into him.
Yeah, Westwood nowhere to go. The 14 spins around trying to avoid it all. I don't think really any too big a damage for anyone aside from maybe Kyle Westwood and Drew Prohl. They got definitely the biggest pieces of it and the hit and track position in the tires. So if that was either their last sets, they're in trouble for the rest of this race, no matter what happens. Yeah, it's just super quick. I mean, no air getting taken off, or he's loose there a little earlier than that, and it just comes around really oddly, really fast. Patet does get a little damage here. I don't even know if he has damage.
If there's anything, it is very minimal.
Yeah, no reason to give up the top 5 track position he has right now. And Cheney obviously ran over the 40 of Gardner. We had nowhere to go trying to avoid him.
I don't think there's much damage to the 54 either.
No, I think that's just, some power contact for the 54. More worried about Patet with the spinning car and where he hit him when the kind of the jutted out bumper part of the track. Yeah, Cheney's car is fine. That Kelly Blue Book 54 Toyota Tundra. Looking good out there. That truck's always looking good out there in that 54 camp. And James Mullins is kind of controlling this race right now. Trying to capture that 5th win on the season to break the tie we have for the most wins on the year. Hunter Hughes ahead of him. I'm assuming he's trying to get his free pass. I know he's on the lead lap. As of now, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he's going to get the free pass here. So we're 1 to go now. So we took the 25-24 lap race. Let's just make it a 20. with a few less cars. So we'll have 21 in the lead lap. Hunter Hughes being the last of which. Christopher Fuge is 1 lap down. In 22nd, he's the only car 1 lap down. So if another yellow comes out, the 49 will be back on the lead lap. And he might have a lot of sets on the pit lane because he hasn't had to use them because he's a lap down. He's not racing for anything, so he's probably saved a lot of sets. So one more yellow could really play into the favor of the 49 of Christopher Fuge.
I mean, when you say a lot of sets, I mean, we're talking maybe a set more than what these guys up front have, which I'm pretty sure most of these guys, they're going to have 1 remaining in the pits to use. Even then, just an extra set, if needed, is a huge advantage.
Say we go another 5 laps here. 5 laps is a lot here for some reason in the trucks. The trucks just eat up tire here. I don't know why. It's just so very minimal. The tire wear means so much. Pace truck is off. 20 laps to go. Mullins, Strader front row, and green flag, and a good wash from the 07. Not too bad. Didn't get a big launch like last time, did Mullins. Patet looking inside for P2.
Holloman already back to the top. I mean, that's where that 32 truck loves it. And with how short of a run we got, like you said, 20 laps left in the race, it might just pay off for him if he can get those tires to kind of chill out and not be too happy. And then further back, Street still up against the wall. So is the 88. Sailor's a little bit loose, like you said, off the fence.
Oh, wow. Stack up there with Streets back there. And Sailors, everyone trying to avoid another wreck off of corner number 4. The 04 of Lark in the top 10. Nagy in the top 10. Art Nico Terra, some guys having some good runs. Tyler Cheney in the top 5 again, as they're all fan out down the back straightaway, 4 wide. Excuse me, the voice crack. Holloman continues to rip the boards on the top lane of the racetrack. Patet looking inside for P3. Cheney now, he's ripping the boards for the first time tonight, really. And never mind, back to the bottom goes Tyler Cheney. In the middle there. Bit of an odd line from Tyler Cheney, kind of just straddling that seam with the left side of the tire. Here comes Jordan Sailors now on Jesus. Jerry Hayes. I had a stroke reading that. We're not even reading that. Oh, Lordy. Blair Holloman to the fence off of corner number 4. That'll give up a spot.
Might give up 2 here. Tyler, he's going to have a great run on the 32. And this kind of battle right here, this third place, Patet, Holloman, Cheney, Hayes involved as well. Sailors right there. Not Ramsdale, but Lark. He's lurking behind like normal. It's kind of let the top 2 of Mullins and Strader run away.
Yes, Cheney has to get by these guys quick if he is quicker. Everyone, you just got to make your passes quicker. Slide jobs, make aggressive moves. It's time to go. We're coming back to 16 laps to go in this regulation. 17 to go, excuse me. 16, never mind, I was right. 16 laps to go. And Strader is not letting James Mullins pull away. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Exactly what you need to do if you're Tyler Cheney.
Holloman, though, he's got to run. He's going to give a small bump to the 54 down the back stretch.
Heath Snyder, who's just involved in that big crash. Well, he's not too far from a top 10 spot. 1 spot away. Oh, my Lord, my voice. As Mullins cannot track away from Strader. Back here in the 5th spot. Holloman now back to the top lane. He's been so lovey-dovey of that top lane. He's going to rip the boards again, but Cheney and Patet pull away mid-corner, and they get to keep it through the back straightaway. Peters and Snyder's in 04 of Lark back there for the final spot in the top 10. With a battle up front. Mullins, Strader in the 07. Big run here off of 4. We're gonna have a battle off the back straightaway. Blocked in the wall.
That's the front stretch.
Mullins pulled a little pump fake. Goes to the top side for one of the first times tonight.
Not the first times, but one of the few times. And I mean, we talk about him being able to ride the paint, but his truck looks just as happy up top. He's going to stay there, take away Strader's line from him. Meanwhile, Patet, Cheney, third and fourth, they're running the painted white line on the bottom.
He's a little loose off the corner exit. Keeps his foot in the gas. There's one problem with saving the tire all race and on the bottom. You don't run the top and you don't go full throttle a lot. You don't go full push, full bore. And that could be the issue. Strader's done that a lot today. To the bottom of the racetrack goes Strader. Nothing doing there. The run off the corner exit for the 60 of Mullins. Strader on the high side.
Mullins back to the bottom. He's going to wrap the white.
That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Big run again for the 07. I just don't know if he's close enough. As we see Patet and Cheney battling for P3. If Cheney gets clear of the 96, Wesley, he might have a chance to go run down both these two.
He might have a chance, but those two have been battling hard. They've been side by side the past 3 laps. Cheney, great job doing some side drafting on the 96 to keep him within biting distance.
In the fence. 07 in the fence, entering turn 3. Gonna keep his foot in it though. Cheney continuing to be frustrated for the battle for third. Patet not letting up. Cheney now looking to the outside, trying to get some clean air as Patet runs the bottom. The 07 in the wall again. Looks like we've calmed down for the moment. Going back to 10 laps to go. The 07 on the high side. 0.3 of a second at the line that time. 10 to go. Man, the 07 just keeps getting in the fence ever so slightly. And I think that's killing the entrance momentum. Let's see the drive off exit here, though. Big run off exit. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. Huge run down the back straightaway.
Might kill the momentum on the entry, but coming off the turn, I mean, he's still got that.
He's done a great job. When he has hit the wall, he doesn't panic, right? It doesn't suck him in. Sometimes it can suck a driver in, and the wall is just so scary. It's just kind of looked even. He is gaining by small intervals, right? Small interval after interval. Just slowly chip away at the race lead. I think he's in the wall here. Yeah, I think he was in the wall a lot there. Still looking like he'll get a good run off the exit of the corner. That just amazes me. He's in the wall, and he still gets good runs. Back to the high side. Mullins on the bottom of the racetrack. If I'm James Mullins, I'm just taking that line away from Strader. Just don't let him have the chance to do this. Because that was a really good lap from Strader. Great 3 and 4. Another good 1 and 2. And he's in the fence again. That time was not good. Still gets a good exit. Not as good as it has been, though. If Strader can just put his head down here, calm down, he can run down the 60 of Mullins. He is faster than Mullins.
Yeah, he's faster as of the moment. Like you said, he needs to calm down a little bit, but I'm not sure how much longer his truck can take it running the top side. It's right there. The two kind of trying to hold position right now. Mullins and Patet, they're running the bottom portion, not exactly right on the low line. Right on the low line. And then you've got Strader and Cheney second and fourth. They're ripping the walls.
Yeah, that was a great corner from Strader. He did a great job not hitting the fence, but getting every bit of it he can. Back to the high side he goes. Smashes the throttle off exit. Patet now looking inside. If he can just do this, no mistakes, he will get there. He gains every lap a little bit by little bit. He just can't make mistakes. Cannot get side drafted, though, from Patet. Off of 2. My screen froze. There we go.
Up a 2 side by side. Patet still with a good amount of side drafting there on the 07. Shoots back towards the bottom of the track. 07. I mean, I don't think Strader's coming away from that wall anytime soon. Gonna have a great amount of momentum. 96 not clear.
Side draft from the 96 is just not enough. He's got to clear him here if he wants to run down Mullins, does Patet. He's got to clear him right here off of 2. He gasses it up. He's just not clear.
Gonna be a
Unless he
tight
forces
squeeze,
it.
actually. If he does, he does. Massive swerve by Strader to avoid it. Now he's got the bottom shooting to the inside.
He needs to send it off for the corner. Do not let the 07 slide job you back. Now one mission. Can you just clear him off the exit of the corner so it's mano-a-mano? Not quite. Oh, there he goes. 4 laps for Patet to run down Mullins. There's plenty of time. Just can't do that. Can't battle. Or James Mullins is going to run away with this thing. Here's Cheney on the high side, trying to hold off Blair Holloman.
And he's going to do it now. Look forward to that 07. You know he's used up his stuff. Go back to the bottom lane of the track. Your truck seemed to work so good there. 07, Strader, he's a little bit wiggly along that wall, maybe brushing it a couple times, but still has great momentum off corner exit.
And 3 laps to go. Mullins will see 3 to go. 0.7 of a second. That's what he has over Patet. I just think Patet should try the top or something. He is good. He's just as good, I think, as Mullins. I don't think he's as good as that. Oh, and Cheney walking the dog off the corner. Keep your foot in it, Cheney. Just make it 2 more laps. Don't flip over like in Michigan.
I'll tell you, he still does not like that. It haunts him in his dreams. But right now, working hard to get third from Strader there. Not going to quite clear it. Holloman's got a run off of 4 from the top side. Not going to take that run. 54 to the bottom, 07, 32 up top.
A lap until a yellow can change this race. But it's looking like Mullins is going to get the checkered flag. Cheney's going to get a spot on the podium, it looks like. Off of the corner exit. Cheney now with the preferred lane on the high line. Blair Holloman right in tow on his bumper. Off of corner number 4. James Mullins will see the white flag. Everyone back here trying to get the final spot of the podium. White flag in the air.
Tyler Cheney, he keeps it for now. 07 to Strader, he's going to follow behind. Cheney goes to the bottom of the track where we've seen him almost all night. Holds off the 07 to Strader. Holloman still searching around the top lane.
Cheney with a great move to cut off the bottom lane. He'll have momentum down the back straightaway, down through 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of 4, though, it's all James Mullins. James Mullins going to pick up the win in Miami. Patet and Cheney, P2 and P3. James Mullins wins at Homestead. And I finally get my pick to win.
You're the first one to ever match it.
Whew. That was a good race. Good racing, every single one of them. They put on one heck of a show. Congrats to James Mullins on the 5th win of the season. Another masterclass in management of the race. Didn't lead every lap, but it led the most important ones.
No, he didn't. And you said it in pre-race. This track kind of suits him. Let everybody use up their stuff and come back to him at the end. And that's exactly what he did. But these final couple restarts, he fired off. He maybe had to fight a little bit to keep the lead, but he stuck with it.
A lot of challengers here late. If this restart was a few laps shorter, we could have saw the 07 of Strader really get a good finish and maybe take this win away, but faded as he pushed the truck so hard. And James Mullins kind of boot scooting boogied away as everyone else was kind of stepping on their own toes back there battling for P2 and 3. As obviously Patet gets P2 as we're going to take a quick commercial break, but it's all James Mullins in victory lane.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
And welcome back, everyone, from our quick, small commercial break. We're going to take you through the finishing order for tonight's race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Obviously, you all saw the finish there. James Mullins with a nice and even second race lead at the end of it all. Unofficial, obviously, but James Mullins is your race winner. Adam Patet in P2. Tyler Cheney on the podium. Christian Strader in 4th. Blair Holloman in 5th. Jared Hayes in the 6th position. Andrew Nagy gets a top 10 in 7th. Sailors, who was up front all day, in 8th. Lilith Peters fights from 2 wrecks today. She ends up with a top 10. Good run from the 01 truck, along with Heath Snyder. A wreck or 2 today as well. Ends up with a top 10. Looking outside the top 10, just outside inside the top 15, excuse me. Garrett Streets, who spun late after the man who finished right behind him, Hunter Hughes in 12th, Tommy Lark in the 04, Art Nico Terra in 14th, Robert Lewis in 15th, Noah Walters in 16th, Brian Alfin in the 17th spot, Gardner in the 18th position, Westwood in 19th, and Sean Block rounding out the top 20.
Coming home 21st, you have the 80 of Drew Prohl. You saw him spin a couple of times right behind him. 22nd, the 49 of Christopher Fuge. Got involved a little bit in a little bit of wrecks. Tyler Rouse in the 81, 23rd. Daniel Dow, we saw him start real late in the race. Comes home 24th, 23 laps down, so gained a couple. JP Jones coming home 25th. 26th, we're going to have James Staples. 27th, Dakota Ramsdale. 28th, Connor Fuge in the 19, 29th, the 87 of Joseph DuPont, and finally rounding out the field, the 5 of Jacob Barker.
And
Well, that is your unofficial results for tonight. But I mean, I'm ready for some of these interviews. These top 3, they were kind of the masterclass of the field, saving their tires and coming in towards the end. But let's talk with somebody that we've been waiting to talk for, I know, almost all season, Gage.
Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here.
Tyler, it's Wesley and Gage up in the booth. You got a copy?
This place is real? I thought it was a myth.
No, brother, I assure you it is real, and what a run for you tonight. Finally managed to take yourself off the high lane where you always, I know you love it, you find your speed up there, but managed to save tires and stick with the 60 of Mullins, who we know is good at these types of tracks, to come home 3rd.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sweating right now. It's hot in my apartment, or I'm hot. I don't even know what's going on. Finally, that's really all I got. It's just finally.
I mean, we saw you've been so close several times, leading tons of laps at Pocono to get taken out under caution. We had the flip at Michigan where, again, you had a solid truck, but then ended up on your roof on the final lap. Got some boys to help put you right and let you finish the race. But 3rd here in Miami, did you have any type of plan coming into tonight?
The plan was to tire save. That's been my biggest Achilles heel, if you will, the entire season. I've not been very kind to my right rear or any of the tires, for that matter. Y'all mentioned I stay on the wall. I love the wall, but it'll eat you up if you don't do it right. So I finally, over these last couple races, have gotten off that wall, have managed my throttle a little bit, and I've started seeing the results come my way until eventually I've got to this point, and I'm very, very happy to be here.
Well, man, it's always good to talk with you, at least from my perspective. I know Gage, he's been wanting to talk to you for a while, watching how you've been kind of a massive show for us week in, week out. Gage, what you got for this 54 truck?
Man, I'm just happy to finally have you up here, Tyler. I mean, I've been waiting forever to see you up here. I mean, you keep like dangling the carrot in front of me that you're gonna do this, but I'm happy you get it done, my man. You drove a great race. You talked about tire saving. And it's an art. It's a really hard art, and I think you were starting to master it. And, man, if you start mastering it a little better, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with week in, week out like this. I mean, a great run from your brother. What kind of tips do you have, maybe, or what did you find that helped save your tires throughout the run? Because you were probably the 2nd or 3rd best car on saving tire.
follow the 60 truck. Nah, on a real note, just it's all about throttle control. Just getting to the bottom line as far as you can down without hitting that apron, and then just kind of riding 50%, maybe 65% through the corner, and then finally get back onto the gas when you're just about off the corner. It'll save so much more than you think it does. And for a minute there, I didn't think it was working, but right as Mullins kind of caught back up, that very first run caught back up to us top 4 and went by us, I started picking him off as well and followed him right through that. So it's fun when it works right.
It is a patience man game without a doubt, Tyler. I mean, when I first started, it was I couldn't tire save. I couldn't tell you how to tire save, and I kind of you just kind of have to sit yourself down and realize I can't go all out all the time. And you've done that tonight, and I'm gonna be watching you now for these next few races. I better see these tires saving. I want to see you in victory lane, buddy.
I hope so. Daytona and Atlanta, the next two. So fingers crossed.
Without a doubt, my man. And Wesley, got any more?
Nothing really, Tyler. It's just great to finally see you up here. Like you said, you thought this was a myth. Guess what, buddy? It's real. We hope to see you more up here more often. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Number one, my dad, he watches these things literally every single week, and then all my friends and fans in the chat every week. I love all those people. So huge thanks to them. Thanks to Michael Tucker. He's kind of taken me and gotten me better over the off weeks and throughout the season. So really appreciate him. And I mean, yeah, that's about it. You guys for putting on a great show. You guys do it well every week. And then of course Dave and the whole admin crew and race control crew that puts on these shows week in and week out.
Well, Tyler, I hope you have a great rest.
Oh man, we love putting on these shows.
We do love.
I was about to say we love putting on these shows.
They're good.
We had fun. My voice hurts a little bit tonight, Tyler. You gave me too much excitement, but man, I hope you have a great rest of your week, Tyler, and I hope to see you up here come Daytona.
Absolutely, that's the plan.
All right, well, you have a great rest of your week, buddy.
So you guys as well.
Thank you. Well, Wesley, you finally get to see your boy up here in the podium. I know we're supposed to be unbiased up here, but it's good to see Tyler have the run here. I think he deserves up here into the podium finally.
It is, and I've seen that man. He's heartbroken anytime he feels like he's got a truck to be in that top 3 or even maybe a win, and then it gets stripped away because something out of his control happened. So it's good to finally see him happy, shocked, a little bit delusional as well, given that interview. But anyways, going on to second place, Adam Patet. Great run by him as well. Another one of the guys we saw saving tires very well.
Yeah, we should get him in here. Let's go ahead and talk to Adam Patet. Adam, my man, do you got a copy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Adam, talk me through tonight's race. You seemed like you were a really good truck on the long run. Your truck looked really good on the bottom of the racetrack. Was that kind of the plan tonight? Save some tire and just have a good handling truck? And you could go to the top if you needed to, but it seemed like your truck was really planted on the bottom.
Yeah, Homestead's one of my favorite tracks. And I know that the top can be enticing, but, we kind of saw what happened there at the first run. You have good speed for, 20 laps or so, and then it just kind of fades away. So I just, stayed disciplined at the bottom and, tried to use the middle of the top, only when I had to, but go back to the bottom as soon as I could. And here we are.
Well, here we are indeed, Adam, and you drove a really good race tonight, and you had the short run speed as well. Here at the end, you get by the 07 to hold off Tyler Cheney and all them guys, and just like a really complete race from yourself tonight. I mean, I don't have much really to add. You just looked really good tonight.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I knew in that last run there that I was going to have to, venture up top. Obviously, with the laps winding down, I was going to be able to do that and kind of get away with it, but. And that's what I did. I noticed Tyler was kind of gaining on me, so I went up there and I was able to kind of get a little bit of a lead back that I could get back down to the bottom, and then that kind of helped me catch Christian and get around him, and and it all just kind of worked out.
Well, it certainly worked out. Just one spot shy of the victory. I thought for a second there you had something for James, but still end up with a P2 finish. And Wesley, if you got furthermore to add here for Adam.
Nothing really, just a great race by you. Again, with kind of the same deal with the 60 ahead of you, Mullins, and then Tyler Cheney, the 54 behind you, just did a great job saving the tires. We saw you come up that first run, you were coming up through the field. Seemed as everybody was dying, your car actually came more to life the longer the run went on. I almost, while Tyler was losing ground, it seemed like you were almost gaining it on Mullins before that caution flew.
Yeah, you know, again, just kind of it was worth it to stay at the bottom and, you know, just kind of manage that throttle and just kind of, you know, slowly chip away. Because yeah, I definitely didn't want to see that caution and then those string of cautions come out. You know, I kind of felt that was going to hurt me, but you know, ultimately I kind of battled back there at the end, and I feel like I finished where I was deserving to finish. I don't think I had anything for James. He's on a whole nother level. I was listening to him in the broadcast, you know, waiting room, talking about flip angle and all this other kind of stuff, and it's like, I don't even know what any of that shit means. I just drive the damn thing.
I feel that sometimes, Adam. Sometimes these guys are just so technical, and I'm like, I just drive the car, man. I don't know what any of that means. But you know,
Yeah.
you come home P2, and honestly, I thought for a second you did have something for that 60 machine of Mullins. But either way, you come home P2, a good points day for yourself, and
Yep.
you know, who do you want to shout out, and you know, all that good stuff before I let you go, buddy.
Yeah, I want to shout out to you guys. You know, I love going back and watching the races. I do want to correct you on one thing. My last name is actually pronounced Pettit, not
I'm
Petit.
sorry.
No, you guys are good. You're good. You're good. But no, you guys do a killer broadcast. Like I said, I love going back and watching them. You know, Dave for putting this, you know, lead together, all the admins that, you know, keep everything running nice and clean and smooth for the rest of us drivers to get the best experience. So, you know, without you guys in the league, I wouldn't be able to, you know, sit here and do this with you guys on Monday night. So thank you for all the hard work and dedication that you guys put in for all this.
You know, we love watching you guys race, and you guys put on a show for us tonight. My voice is almost dying tonight, but that's along with you and anyone else. If I say your name wrong, please tell me, because like, there's a lot of names for me to learn, and then sometimes I do forget the pronunciation. If I do forget it, remind me again. But yes, I will try to pronounce that correctly. I am sorry, Adam, but I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your week, my man.
All right, thanks guys. You too.
Thank you. We need to like have a little forum here if you're not pronouncing it. If I'm not pronouncing the names right. But let's go ahead and get James Mullins up here in the booth.
Trying to write them down.
Yeah. James, you got a copy? Can you hear me, James?
Yeah, I got you.
James, my man, another, picture perfect night from you on a 1.5 mile racetrack. You grabbed the pole position and you kind of just managed the race like an old savvy veteran yet again. James, talk me through your night yet again. 5th win of the season.
Yeah, we've had some good luck, you know, stuff go our way, but I kind of feel like we've had a few get away from us too, so kind of like last week, but it's just a good race overall. I like he's old, seemed like old, slippery, like sandpaper type tracks. Just you got to manage the rears. Like I was super loose. I don't know if you guys could tell. Like I was super loose. My hands was tight, like against steering wheel. Like it was not an easy drive, but it was a fun race.
Well, nothing comes easy, but man, I actually didn't think your car looked loose at all. It looks so planted because you do such a good job keeping that thing, you know, planted and pointed straight. I saw a few loose moments, but few and far between for yourself tonight. You grabbed pole. Pretty sure you led the most laps. Just a picture perfect evening yet again. And like you said, man, these hot sandpaper kind of racetrack, slippy and slidey, you just come alive. And I was talking it through the race. I don't know if you could talk me through your line through 3 and 4. I was like glazing over because I think it's so good how you do it. You kind of enter middle and you drive off straight off exit. Was that something you were trying to do throughout the race?
Man, I've been on that race for years, and like the lines have kind of like stayed the same through the whole time, and that's kind of like an old school line. And some of these new guys get on like back in the day, everything used to be bottom line. You had to get the fastest. So like I've just been running that line for forever. It has a straighter drive off. If I missed it, I was super loose. So I could put the power down, kind of arcing it in, driving it straight off. I've always done it like that.
Well, I loved your line. I think Wesley probably got tired of me saying it because I just couldn't stop gushing over it. You did such a good job doing that, and you hit the mark almost every time. But Wesley, if you got furthermore to add here for James, victory lane, 5th win of the season.
I mean, I really don't. You said you were super loose. Me and Gage, we thought the total opposite. Your truck looked planted, but like what Gage said, that line, I might have gotten tired of hearing it, but I loved it as well. It was a great thing. We talked about it being a straight drive off, that kind of diamonding the corner that we see in short tracks. Are we going to see that from you as well as we get to those short tracks, or is there going to be something else we should look for?
Yeah, probably. Dover. I love Dover. You do a super big diamond at Dover. Hopefully go there, and that's probably my favorite track on the service. I love me some Bristol, but I don't know. I just like to race, man. Have a good time, win or lose, pass cars, just racing, man. I just like to have a good time.
We love that up here in the booth. We love watching you, James, and I hope to see you up here in the booth next week at Daytona. We got the high banks, obviously Daytona week and Daytona 500 coming up. Before I let you go, though, my man, sponsors and shout outs and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the guys over at the team. We've been really putting the work in for the Road to Pro and stuff. We've been kind of building for the B card last few weeks. So, like, now, Daytona starts. We've really been putting a lot of setup time on Las Vegas because that's the next mile and a half. So, when we go there, we should be pretty good there in the league. So, just all the guys over there and everybody at work, just had a good time. You guys put a good show on, and I appreciate everybody in the league and all the admins and all the racers. I've had a good time.
Without a doubt, my man. Good luck to Road to Pro. I'm gonna do it myself tomorrow. I'm sure I'll get murdered at Daytona with an 80 lapper, but I hope you guys have a good luck and have probably better luck than I do at drafting tracks, to be honest. But I hope you have a great rest of your week, my man. I hope to see you up here come Daytona.
Yep, thank you, fellas.
Thank you. It's James Mullins, everyone. Our race winner tonight, 5th win of the season. Obviously, our great league owner, Dave Fuge Jr., who puts on a great product here, and all the admin team. They do a great job. Obviously, me and Wesley up here in the booth. Our producer, Kobe, does always a great job behind the scenes of things. They don't hear him talk too much, but he does talk, believe it or not. He does say things. The Aussie does speak, and everyone else who becomes a sponsor, if you want to become a sponsor, contact us at this Gmail right here, insidelanemedia@gmail.com. Wesley, yet again, another race, another amazing broadcast we had up here in the booth.
We talked about it, the different lines here at Miami. It always gives good, interesting races. You see it in the IRL series as well, especially Cup cars. Wall to wall, apron to wall on the straights if they can. Just almost every inch of this track gets used. It got used tonight and gave us a great show this week.
I think this league puts probably going to be a better showing than the actual truck series will in real life, because I think the truck series in real life doesn't usually do a very good showing here, but the Spartan Sim Racing League guys, they know how to put on a show anywhere we go, and you better not miss February 16th, Daytona International Speedway, the day after the Daytona 500, unless rain is, of course, happening. Hopefully no rain. I don't think there's anything on the radar, but y'all cannot miss Daytona. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute stacked field, probably a 40 full field, I'm assuming, for Daytona. Speed Weeks is here. Road to Pro obviously starts, like James just said. It is all Daytona International Speedway. You cannot miss it. And me and Wesley and Kobe are going to be up here in the booth waiting for it, so you guys can't miss us either. I hope everyone has a great rest of your evening. From me and Wesley and Kobe, I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Peace out.